Hello my friends, I'm GHondo. It is time once again to play some Judgment. Well, while we're here, we may as well go and greet these people and see how they will be. And in the meantime, August, have a bow, have some armor, and have some jobs. Yeah, I guess that will kinda do. You're mostly a crafter, but that's fine. Okay, let's see how these people like us. Okay, so they kinda like us, that's good. Oh, they like us quite a bit. Well, that works. Well, we don't need a trade caravan right now because there'll be nothing on it. It's just exactly the same kind of caravan as the random one. So we won't worry about that right now, but... Now the downfall to these kind of cities is they're very needy, so they'll be constantly asking for supplies or asking us to go and kill monsters for them. It does get kind of annoying, to be honest, but... Anyway. But that's fine. Do some water conservation. That's a good thing. And I think it's time to put in another vegetable farm too. Seriously never got around to building that house I asked you to do quite a while ago. Not impressed, George. Not impressed. Alright, what does it take to do that? It takes about that to do that. Sheep farms it is. I'll start getting us some wool, which in turn gets us first aid kits, and that can only be a good thing. Okay, so... this level does not really help you at all. You're a pistols person. I mean, I can give you archery temporarily. I'm probably never going to get nature armor or sniper rifles. So I'll give you archery just so you're better for now, but it's kind of pointless. That level really didn't do anything for you. The other thing wool will do for us is allow us to build another bed, which is good because we have too many people for one. They'll be tired, complaining people often. And the reason I wanted this in was so I could build a stove so we can start making food out of that wheat, which is also helpful. I'm giving George too much stuff to do. But so be it. Let's get less awareness or attacked less often. Let's sort Timmy out with his level. You are a researcher, so that's an obvious choice. You don't really have anything I'm interested in whatsoever. And I don't think I have anything to offload. So, nope. Thanks, but no thanks. Guess that's the next thing we get to ease off the water. So that we don't have to build a second well quite as early. What was I going to do with you here? I have no idea. Clearly it was just going to be crafting and crafting here. I guess that, so I can build them later if I bother researching them, which I probably won't, because I don't really like them. But at least having them available is, I guess, helpful. August. The crafter has no crafting at this level. She only gets it twice, that's not cool. But she gets that there, so that's very nice. I suppose I could give her, like, tool weapons. But I don't think I'm going to bother. No, I think I'll just will use her as a backup builder and call it even. We'll call that even. Let's get that water conservation going. Don't have any wool yet, because my sheep are slackers. My sheep are slackers, apparently. Let's get rid of these fools. Not very challenging. Sure, why don't you clean that up on your way by, since you're walking right past it anyway. Finally, we'll have our first bit of wool. Here's what I was talking about. Resource requests. Well, this one we can do. So we will do that. They give us some scrap, nowhere near as what it's worth. But more importantly, their relationship thing bumps up and the trade cooldown does not change. Every time you fail one of their requests, you aren't allowed to ask for a caravan for longer and longer and longer. It gets kind of silly. But anyway. That's neither here nor there. Our first med pack. Fantastic. Alright, what's the next thing I'm going to research? Probably better armor. Because I need to research materials for that. Oh, I guess we can have that. But the next major... Yeah, and we're going to want that armor to have any chance of getting after these research materials. Because our current armor kind of sucks. It kinda sucks. And I don't think I've even seen any yet. No, I haven't, so I can't even see what kind of monsters it will be, but I'm quite sure it's going to be nastier than what I can deal with at this point. Do. Now the question of the day is leather or scrap? I usually do scrap. The leather has no armor value, just a lot of evasion, and it takes hides, which I don't really get yet, because I can't fight werewolves. Whereas scrap at least has some actual armor, and more importantly, just takes woolen scraps, so that's going to be the one we get once I research tailoring, which is at 240. A lot of people just standing around again, which is not ideal. There's a little bit of something to do. Go craft some more of those. If I have any wool, which I don't. Awesome. Hellhounds and werewolves. Oh, goody. This is where I would really like to have the better armor. Because werewolves are pretty nasty. some reason he's just standing there like an idiot. It'd be really nice if you'd actually hit the hellhound. Thank you. Alright, so George took a bit of a beating, but we have med packs now, so we can keep his health a little bit better. There's the cage there. And Steve does not have a med pack, so you get to be on cage duty. Far so good. More coming because that slowed right down. Another hound and another wolf. And an imp apparently for coming in from behind. Just for good measure. Because why not? Milan, the survivalist. You are a gardener, which is great. A meat lover, which is terrible. Because you will need to eat more often and sleep more often. Although you are apparently therefore good with rifles, for reasons that elude me. Decent armor bonus, but a speed penalty. So yeah, you're definitely never going to be in the group. Despite having brute. Because meat lover is just so awful. That's fine, you can stay home and garden. You can see just how much she's falling behind just in that short little run. Because of that movement speed penalty. Definitely not part of a combat group. Alright, let's get you a bow, get you some crap armor. We don't have many more med packs yet, so that's fine. So yes, you are a farmer. You apparently like fetching water, you can do that too. Good enough. Mostly you're a farmer. That group going to arrive in time? I'm not sure. Well, let's get everybody else in here and hope the rest arrive in time. Okay, they did. Let's get everybody going this way then. Okay. Yeah, I don't have any more, that's fine. Okay, so yes. As expected, yeah, they come down through the buildings, and as soon as they turn this corner, that whole section starts shooting them. So yeah, so I think this little thing works. And I have room for up to 20 people in there, which should be plenty. I don't normally exceed 20 survivors. There we go, that is tailoring. So we can start making scrap armor. Which is another drain on our wool, but anyway. Here, why don't you come down and get rid of these things for me? Because I want to put in another sheep farm here. And you, why don't you go and get rid of those? Or you could just completely ignore me. That's cool too. see the M? That means go do what I asked you to do. You want almost all of my food. Do I have... Okay, I do. I can replace... that. And George was already in the area, so it wasn't a big deal. He'll get those brought back up pretty quick. So that's not that big a deal. Yeah, because I already have enough stone, that's why they're not doing that. Okay. That's fine. So yeah, so 5 more evasion, but more importantly, an actual point of armor. So they'll start taking less damage from hits. Which is obviously a very good thing. Now I need to make sure I'm no longer making reinforced outfits, though. Well, that's nice. It's very expensive, though. So is that. I'm pretty sure these scrap for 10. Yes, they do, so there's no point in selling them. I'm better to scrap them. Now, before I forget. There you go. Which means I don't really have anything to sell to you. I don't want to sell the hides because I use those for metal armor later. I could sell stones, which would in turn encourage them to get rid of these, so maybe I will do that. Or I guess I could just sell it as bricks, because they use stones to make those. So yeah, I'll just sell you some bricks. That will cause somebody to come over here and make more, which will use up stones. And clay too, but that's fine. That's going to do it for this episode. Thank you for watching, and until next time, have a good one. See ya.